Hi everyone, George here, and today is very exciting. I'm here at Scaped Nature in Norwich, England. We've been working really hard on these 4 beautiful aquascapes. You may remember the original video kind of letting you guys know about Scaped Nature. It was about 4 weeks ago. Ray has been working so hard at getting them ready for the grand opening on the 26th of January. So at the time of filming, that is exactly 10 days away. The aim was to kind of grow them in super quickly, you know, full lights, loads of CO2, daily fertilizers, every other day big water changes to try and get these scapes to look as mature as possible. And Ray will be the first to admit that it's been a challenge. He has run into quite a few algae issues. We've had some of the plants melting and it's not been plain sailing at all. But I think they look great, and I think they're very nearly ready to be kind of revealed, and they're only going to look better as the months go on anyway. But it just shows to you guys, you know, even with the best equipment, the best technique, you still can run into issues. So, you know, I guess my message is don't be despondent if you do have problems at home with your own tanks. Everyone has problems, no matter how professional, no matter how good your kit you do have, we all run into problems. So keep at it, keep up the water changes, keep up all the good stuff. The problems will be remedied and you can enjoy your aquascapes longer term. Starting off with the Aquascape 1200. Kessel A360 WE Tuna Sun LED lighting with the Kessel spectral controller. Raw concrete grey cabinet, and it's got 2 Oase Biomaster 600 thermos in there for filtration and heating. Pressurised CO2 with an inline CO2 art diffuser. Hardscape wise, we have the beautiful Frodo stone from our friend Adam Pascala in Poland. Manzanita wood, which has been collected in North America and sent over to us. We have a cosmetic, just off-white sand quartz foreground there. And then behind that we have 3 or 4 bags of the Tropica soil. Planting, we've got some classic epiphytes. So we've got some trident fern, some Anubias petite, some Anubias pangolino, Bucophilandra, Lamandau mini red, some more Anubias petite here, more trident fern. And then in the soil at the back, we've got a centerpiece of the Ludwigia palustris, which is a nice, easy, fast-growing red stem plant. And then in the background and mid-ground in the soil, we have various Cryptocorini species. Now, issues that we experienced with this in the last 4 weeks, some of the Bucophilandra melted, a lot of the crypts melted, lots of algae, mainly green dust algae. These are kind of really common issues that you have in early startup. You just have to kind of ride it out really. Big water changes, keeping everything clean. But if you are running a lot of light, we are running this on 50% power, which on a new setup without huge amounts of plant biomass is going to give algae the favour, and that's why Ray's experienced these early algae issues. So it was worth the risk. We did want to kind of mature it maybe a bit more before the opening, but it's going the right way. The plants are showing good signs of growth now, and algae is starting to die back. We do have some fish in here now, got some flame tetras, just a dozen or so, and we will add more fish as the weeks go on. And these are just a lovely fish for a classic nature aquarium. Nice subtle coloration, little hint of red. I really like these, nice tall body. It's a beautiful tank. I'm really pleased with the scape, and you know, I can imagine in 2 or 3 months it's really going to start looking super nice. Okay, moving on to the Aquascape 900. We have the Twin Star 900S lighting. Again, Aquascape 900, Evolution Aqua, raw concrete grey cabinet, very popular and trendy at the moment. And the scape itself, this has got the Aqua Rio Neo soil, and we have Redmore Root, which is a really, really large pieces. The rock's called Maple Leaf Rock. It's got a beautiful reddish hue, which brings out the red in the wood really nicely, gives us this really distinct kind of reddy theme. And I think this contrasts really well with the green of the planting. We also have some Albedo Brown, Cryptocorini Albedo Brown, which kind of accentuate this reddy brown hue. And then we've got a real sort of mishmash of plant species. Some species that I'd never really consider using together, but Ray gave us the idea and I think they work really well. We've got some Bacopa Compact, we've got some Hydrocotyl Tripartita there, which are both really kind of a bright green colour. And then at the other end, we've got kind of Bucophilandras and then Anubias, which is a lot darker green. And then we have some Cryptocorini Parva, real slow, easy plants. And then Marsilea hirsuta, which is an easy carpeting plant. Some Anubias, Pangolino, Anubias petite. And in the background, this was actually labelled as Rotala Vietnam, but we think it's Rotala wallacei. So Let me know in the comments, what do you think it is, guys? I'll get a close-up of it for you. So the scape itself is a classic kind of triangular layout. You can see higher at the left, sloping down to the right. Nice open space here. So when the customers come in the store, in the gallery area, this is a really nice view for them. They can see into the scape. Nice negative open space here, leading up to the more fuller space here. Fish-wise, we've got some lemon tetras in there. And the fish were added today, so they're not displaying their colours as they can do. Expect in a couple of weeks, once they've been fed some nice quality food and they're settled into the aquariums, then they really start to show their best colours. Moving on to the Aquascape 600. This was actually purely Aquascape by Ray. I did the other three. But this is mainly using plants from Ray's son Dara's tank. A lot of the Bucophilandra, the Bulbitis, some of the crypts all transferred over. Now, unfortunately, for some reason, the Anubias took a massive hit. We had a huge ball of beautiful Anubias petites, absolutely immaculate, super healthy, no algae. But for whatever reason, it melted on us. It completely disintegrated. The only thing I can think of is that it just didn't adapt from its submerged states, which it obviously was in Dara's room. It's been in there for a year or so. So it adapted to that water chemistry. Now, even though we've only moved a mile away, for some reason the plant didn't adapt, and I think this is a really good lesson. So people assume that buying submerged plants that have adapted to submerged life, when you buy them and put them in your tank, you have a better chance of success with them versus emerged plants. That's plants that grow out of water. But absolutely the opposite in this case. You know, we had a true submerged form Anubias, put it in a submerged setup, and it melted. Whereas in the other tanks, we've had Anubias which are being grown emerged in the greenhouses like Tropica or Aquaflora, and we put them in our tanks and they've adapted absolutely fine. So for the people that say buying submerged plants is better, in this case, it certainly isn't the case. But yes, beautiful scape. We have plant substrate underneath, Tropica plant substrate, topped off with like a regular pea gravel. So the stone is called fossilised wood. Really interesting stone that we don't often see used in aquascaping. Beautiful brown, red, black tones to it that match the substrate nicely, and it's a beautiful scape. It's just a shame obviously that really established Anubias melted away. Bucophilandras survived wonderfully, and this is going to turn into an absolutely stunning scape, which is going to probably last for years because everything's so slow growing. Fish wise, we've got glow light tetras in there, really small at the moment. They'll be fattened up over the next few months, I'm sure. You know the drill by now. Raw concrete cabinet, Aquascape tank, twin star lighting, twin star steriliser, otherwise a biomaster filtration. Okay, last but not least, the Aquascape 600 Iwagumi, classic sands on Iwagumi, which means 3 stones, using the beautiful Frodo stone from my friend Adam Pascella. Aquascape 600, raw concrete, grey, twin star light, Oase biomaster filtration. I'm sure you get the idea now. It was worth saying about the glass pipework set. They're all running the Aquascape glass pipework set by Evolution Aqua, so these double up as not only a filter inlet, but it has a floating skimming portion as well. Cardinal tetras that you can see there, looking great. They'll fatten up again over the next few months. Tropica soil with Eleocharis acicularis mini 1-2 grow carpeting foreground plant there. And we have the Helianthemum tenellum in the mid-ground area between the stones. Just 2 species of plants in here. We also have some horned nerite snails, which help to keep the rocks free from algae. And you can see already, guys, just in the 4 weeks, we've almost achieved a full carpet. Just shows with good lighting, good CO2, good circulation, good soil, good liquid fertilisers and good maintenance, you can achieve a really beautiful full carpet straight away. And this has been one of the more trouble-free aquascapes. Less algae than the other tanks, and you may assume that you get more in a tank like this, but for whatever reason, this has been relatively trouble-free. And I really love this. It's really kind of clean, minimal, and I did go through a phase of creating really kind of simplistic, minimal aquascapes a good few years ago. Some of you may remember back in the day, sort of 2009 to 2012, had a real kind of passion for minimalist Iwagumi for some reason. It's nice to go back to that kind of phase, really. And I love Iwagumi. It's just something quite peaceful and zen about it. But I do find they tend to get a little bit boring after a while. I prefer these days a bit more of a wild, chaotic, and kind of jungle look. Okay guys, I'm going to sign off there. Thanks so much for watching. If you like these 4 scapes, then give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and you take care. Keep on scaping.